PAW Patrol has had a lot of Halloween-themed episodes during its time, and I'll be sharing on each one of them today. I'll be going from the newest ones to the oldest, from Season 12's all the way to Season 1's. With that, let's begin with Pup Save a Haunted Farm up first. When a series of spooky mishaps happen at Yumi and Owl's farm, it's up to the PAW Patrol to rescue those affected and discover just what's going on. This episode was a fairly silly one in a good way. I enjoyed seeing Rebel's Ferris Spider, something he's had since Season 1, make a return and recur throughout the episode. Also, the part where Rebel and Marshall wander through the hay maze while on edge reminded me of Rebel and Chase during their investigation in Pups and the Snow Monster, which was fun. I also appreciated how the beings behind the main mystery of the episode hadn't been plainly obvious early on, something that's happened a few times before that I've never favored. Also, while still a pleasant episode, not one all that striking or notable to me, at least in this moment. Overall, this episode will get a decent 6.5 out of 10. Next, there's Pup Save the Adventure Bay Boogie. When Sid Swashbuckle snatches the jack-o'-lantern disco ball, the team must retrieve it. I enjoyed getting to see Arby return with Sid as per usual, though throughout the episode, Arby seemed hesitant to carry out Sid's orders or tired of them. I had hoped this would lead to something later on, like possibly Arby breaking away from his master to some extent, but alas, nothing came of it. Also, this episode just felt quite bland, with most of its contents coming off to me as fairly plain. However, the main rescue segment had still ended up being decently engaging to me. Overall, this one gets a 5.5 out of 10. Then we have Pup Save a Lonely Ghost. In this episode, Rebel dreams that he meets Frankie the Ghost. Upon watching it for this video, it's better than I had remembered. I enjoyed how different the pacing of this episode was compared to the usual structure. It certainly made for a more noteworthy watch. It was also delightful seeing Rebel and Frankie's relationship and friendship unfold here. While the plot of this rescue is fairly absurd, I can excuse it since it's a dream. Overall, it'll get a 7.5 out of 10 from me. And if you've enjoyed so far, Rocky would like it if you'd like the video and subscribe. Speaking of him, now there's Pups and the Werepuppy, one of my favorite dream episodes of the series. Here, Rocky has a dream that he transforms into a Werepuppy, and he's determined to change back. Though that journey isn't without a few accidents and mishaps along the way. I really liked how this entire thing is sparked by a folktale shared by Uncle Otis. That combined with the supernatural element of it is something that really captures my interest. I also enjoy how we get to see a deeper look at Rocky compared to usual, with his most vulnerable side being exposed. His fear for possibly scaring his friends or upsetting them is something else that we don't usually get to see, and it enthralls me as well. It's also a fun time seeing him in his Werepuppy form utilizing all of his Werepuppy powers and capabilities. Overall, an episode very favored by me indeed. It's an 8.5 out of 10 in my book. Now we've got Pup Save the Trick-or-Treaters. When Mayor Humdinger, disguised in a spider costume, steals all the candy from trick-or-treaters, it's up to the PAW Patrol to stop him. I really like how much this captures the Halloween essence in a cheerier, not-so-spooky way. As expected, each of the pups' Halloween costumes are absolutely adorable. I especially appreciate how Sky's costume is actually used as a part of the mission later on. Then, regarding the mission, it strikes a nice balance of cartoonish fun without ending up absurd. For me, this episode is quite a delightful watch as a whole. It'll get an 8 out of 10 from me. Now we have the classic Pups and the Ghost Pirate. When Captain Turbot's Halloween ghost ship heads out to sea unexpectedly, everyone is now stranded and in fear of the ghost they believe to be at the home. The PAW Patrol must save the ship and uncover the ghost. This is a very enjoyable episode indeed. Season 1 episodes seem to have a particular charm to them, and this is no exception. Each and every single scene has many things to enjoy. The humor throughout is excellent indeed, inducing many a chuckle, and the sheer amount that happens without feeling rushed or constrained is impressive. Not to mention how satisfyingly everything wraps up by the end. There are so many moments I enjoyed that, if I were to list everyone, I'd end up explaining the episode as a whole. Overall, an episode I like very much. It'll be getting a full 10 out of 10. On screen now are all of the episodes, ordered from those with the highest rating to those with the lowest. Anyways, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to check out that video right there, and as always, I'll see you next time.